Hi everybody, my name is Professor Deb Tudong, and I will be with you throughout your journey in 414 Community Promoting Health. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about this course because there are some things that are a little bit different due to the clinical assignments and due to COVID-19, of course. I'm going to start at the top of the course page. We're going to go down. I'm going to briefly touch on some of the assignments, but not go into complete detail on them, as we'll talk about them later on. Starting at the top, we have the course faculty, which is me, and I have my cell number and my email address. My cell number is right here, and I can be called anytime, Monday through Friday, between 10 in the morning and 7 at night. I do warn you, though, if you do call me, I might be in a meeting or I may be in a class. So the preferred way to get a hold of me is to email me. When you email me, I do check my email several times a day, 7 days a week, so I will get back to you. With the cell number, if you do call and leave a message, please leave your name. That is vital. Or if you leave me a text, leave me your name. Otherwise, I won't have any idea who the text is from. Starting at the very top, we have our video, which I'm doing right now, and you can refer to that anytime you choose. For important first documents, you have your syllabus, and your syllabus will also include simulation instructions and rubrics for your simulations. You have your course calendar here. The calendar will have all of your assignments built into it and when they are due, and also the days off that you have. There are 3 weeks off built into this program. You will have the week of Easter break, which is on your calendar, and you will have weeks 4 and 5. The reason being is those weeks, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be hopefully able to do your simulations or your 24-hour community practice experience or your volunteer hours. Now those are the 3 things you can do for your community practice experience. You have either 24 hours service in the community, and that's something I've probably set up with you already, where you shadow a preceptor of your choice, and that would have been set up already if I hadn't contacted you about who you're going to be going out with for that community practice experience. You also have the choice to work in a COVID clinic, and as you volunteer, those volunteer hours can be used towards that community practice experience, towards the 24 hours. The third option we have are simulations. Now the simulations are all done on computer, and they can be done at any time during the course. You can also combine, so if you're able to do 8 hours of volunteer, then you would only need to do 3 simulation studies as opposed to 4. If you don't have any hours for volunteer and you don't have any opportunity to shadow a preceptor, you would have to do 4 simulation studies, and they're all built right in here. I'll show you where they are. Your logistics chart, like all your other courses, it just gives you a roadmap of what you're going to be learning each week. Your assignments that are due and guidelines are an example are all right here. Now for your assignments, you will have a windshield survey, which is due week 3. I'm sorry, don't mean to make you dizzy there. So right here for the windshield survey, all of the instructions for that are built in here. We have instructions and we have the example for the PowerPoint example for your windshield survey. A windshield survey should be done in a location that you're familiar with. What this is you're going to be telling the class all about that specific location. And I have built into your course a wiki survey right here. Now to get into a wiki, you're going to click on this. You see you've got some names and things here. Now click on edit. That's important. When you click on edit, go down here, do the little arrow to make it enlarged. You see your name? Next to your name, you're going to put where you would like to do your windshield survey. I'm going to ask that no more than 2 people do the same location, just because the class will not learn if we do the same thing over and over again. So, for example, if I were to choose to do Fairport, New York, my professor would look at that location and say, that sounds good, and they'll approve it. You put down what you want to do, and I'll let you know whether it's approved or not. And I check this list daily until everybody is on here. Okay. Once you've completed that, you'll save it, and then go back to your course. So that's how you do a wiki. I'm not sure if you've done them or not, but I find them a very good tool. So that's for your windshield survey. The windshield survey is due week 3, as I said. And the next thing that will be due is something called a target group presentation. Your target group presentation is a group project. Your groups have already been chosen for you. And once again, I have another wiki. I will have you go in as a group and have one representative from each group tell me what they want to do for a subject and a target group. For a target group presentation, all you really need to know right now is this presentation is going to be given by you as a group on a PowerPoint, preferably narrated. And what you will do for that narrated PowerPoint is you're going to do a teaching lesson to a specific group of people that are not in the medical profession and on a proposed subject that would have something to do with the community. For example, I might want to do, for children, might want to do helmet safety for bicycle use. So I would put down my proposed subject would be bicycle safety. My target group would be children ages 7 to 8 or 7 to 9. Might want to do fall safety for senior citizens. So I might want to do fall precautions for my proposed subject, and my target group may be adults over the age of 65. All right, so on and so forth. The choices are actually limitless, so use your imagination, choose something you want, put it down here, have one representative from your team, put down what you choose, and then I will let you know whether that is approved or not. Now, Matthew, Paige, and Caitlin, I've chosen you to work together. Amanda, Trudy, and Megan. Gail, Michael, and Aubryn. So you are all you have each been assigned a group. So when you're done, save it, and I'll go back to my course page. For your target group presentation and for your windshield survey, there are complete directions right down here. Going down, we have your clinical assignments. Now, these can be done anytime during the course. So if you choose to meet with your discharge planner for 4 hours, the second week of the course, that's fine. Anytime before the end of the week, anytime before the end of the course is absolutely fine. For the discharge planner, you're going to sit with a discharge planner of your choice. May or may not be a nurse. Some discharge planners are social workers, depending on the location that you're doing this at. And there is a clinical log here for the discharge planner. When you do meet with that person, you're going to complete this log, and then you're going to put it in the Dropbox in week 8. And there is also a signature page for your discharge planner. The signature page, I have to have that because at some point, if the state asks to see who you shadowed, gives us concrete information on who that was. So you'll also print this out, have the discharge planner sign it, and then you'll scan it into the system and put it in the Dropbox in week 8. We also have, you will be going to 2 different community agencies and interviewing a person of knowledge at those agencies. These can be any community agency or resource that you choose. We've had Meals on Wheels, Red Cross, Salvation Army, homeless shelters, Willow, and anything you could choose that you're interested in or that has piqued your interest or you've been curious about. You go there, you get information, you can look at the pamphlets, the brochures, whatever, and then you're going to report to the class in a PowerPoint on the 2 different places that you've gone to. There's an interview tool here you might choose to use. You don't have to, but they have some really neat questions that you might choose to ask. Then we go to our rubrics. In the rubrics, we have different rubrics for each of the different assignments, and I highly recommend, before starting your windshield survey, before starting your lesson plan or your target group presentation, look at your rubrics. Make sure that you're not doing too much or you're not doing too little, but that the work that you're doing is appropriate for grading. Going down, we have a rubric for a live face-to-face observation during the community practice experience. And we also have rubrics for the clinical virtual simulations. If you are to do the clinical simulations, as I stated, you can do those anytime during the course, and there are 4 different simulations to use. When you pull up the clinical PDF, it will show you. I could actually show you this. When you do a simulation on your emergency room or mental health simulation, over. I click on this, it will bring me to a game that you will play. This is where you go for your emergency, and if you click on this, it will bring you right to the simulation. When you complete this, you do not do this, or this, but you will be doing mental health. So you will be doing emergency and mental health. Okay, so that's for your part of your simulation. That's emergency and mental health. Christina Lowell is the 3rd simulation. And there's a YouTube video to look at here, pre-visit information, drive to the visit, and patient visit. And Christina Lowell is a community health visit in a patient home. And there is the 4th one, which is on a transgender patient in a clinic setting and becoming a culturally competent nurse. And there is the video to watch and the link. So that is what you would do for the simulations. And then we go down to week 1. All right, so we've completed all the information you need regarding what you're going to be doing for the course. There's a lot, and I know that it's a lot. If you have any questions, please let me know directly, and I will be able to answer you. And if it's a question that you think the rest of the class is interested in, you can request that I respond to the rest of the class for the response. And that way I can just send out a note for everybody in case somebody's not clear on something. For week 1, we have our inspirational thought, our objectives, our PowerPoint resources, and then we have some different things to watch regarding public health nursing, CDC Wonder, National Environmental Public Health Tracking Network, all kinds of fun stuff. One thing that I want you to be aware of is something called Newman's Model of Nursing. So that's primary, secondary, and tertiary interventions. Now, all the things I'm telling you right now, they're all included in here, in one of your PowerPoints, and in one of the readings from your text. So all of this information is in your textbook and your readings. In your textbook, so here, I would highly recommend where it says primary, secondary, and tertiary interventions in your book, put a little tab, okay? Put a little tab there. That way you can refer to it easily So when you have a journal question or a DQ question, and it talks about Newman's primary, secondary, and tertiary intervention, you can't quite remember what they are, you've got a real quick and easy resource for it right here. Alrighty? So that's that. I think that's the thing that I really want you to understand for this week. The rest of it is rather rudimentary and you've probably heard before. But the Newman's interventions is something a little bit different. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I know it's a lot of information. That's why I have it included on the course in case you want to look at it again. God bless each and every one of you, and I so look forward to working with you. Have a great day. Bye-bye now.